Mo Mustafa here, author, speaker, coach, and welcome to another edition of Motivated Muscle, where you learn the mindset techniques to help you burn stubborn body fat and add lean muscle. And in this video, I want to talk to you about one of the most important practices and principles that you want to get your mind around and that you want to basically start developing in order to help you reach your goals of getting in shape and staying in shape. And that is the importance of developing skill in the area of whatever your endeavor is. So whether you're trying to lose fat or if you want to maybe build muscle, or maybe both, whatever that might be, it's very, very important that you start focusing not just on the outcome, but actually on the process and the skills required to help you reach the objective. Okay, so for the last few months, I've been dropping quite a lot of weight. If you look back at any of my previous videos, you actually should be able to see a bit of a timeline of me losing weight over time. And one of the reasons this has become possible for me is because of the fact that I've been developing the skills required to reach a particular outcome. I've been learning about calorie tracking, how to calculate my macronutrients, meal timings, different rep ranges. There's been a whole load of different knowledge I've been acquiring and then translating that into skill by taking action. So what exactly is skill? Well, I'm got my iPad here, so I'm not going to read a definition out, but basically the skill is really, in my belief, is to move away from not just having intellectual knowledge, but actually being able to apply that knowledge. So for example, I've got a little example here of a drawing I did of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and let me just see if I can make that a little bit brighter there. So basically, here's an image of Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can see that there, and this is a sketch I did. Be able to see that there as well. Got it? Okay. So as you can see, I drew the physique of Arnold Schwarzenegger there, and I know lots of different individuals who are not able to draw, if you like. They're not very good at drawing, and I'm not saying I'm an amazing artist or anything by any standard, because I haven't developed that skill to my fullest potential. However, I haven't always been able to draw at that level. Okay, so the important thing to realize when it comes to skill development is that you're going to start obviously at the very bottom of the ladder, so to speak, whenever it comes to a new skill. And when you're first starting off developing a skill, there's going to be a learning curve, and there's going to be an eternal learning curve. However, the majority of your learning, or at least the majority of the information, if you like, is going to come in the very beginning, or at least that's how it's going to feel. There's going to be like an information overload, almost like when you learn to drive. In the very beginning, there's going to be a whole load of new information coming in, and over time you are then going to translate that information into skills, into motor skills, into physical skills of being able to, first you're told, to check the mirror, do the seatbelt and all this other stuff, and in the beginning, that's just information. That's just, that's just data, if you like. But then over time, as you start applying that information, move this down a little bit here, you're going to find it's going to become part of who you are. It's going to become part, at least, of your behavioral sets. Okay, and as that happens, you're going to find it easier and easier to carry out those actions. It's what Daniel Kahneman talks about in his great book, Thinking Fast and Slow. He talks about system 1 and system 2. So system 1 is the fast side of the brain, the part of the brain, if you like, that doesn't really think, it just acts, it takes action really quickly. And then you've got system 2, which is the slow part of the brain, which is basically the thinking side of the brain, where you have to consciously start making decisions. So let me just give you a very quick actual example of that. Let me just move this stuff here quickly. So if I say to you, I'm gonna ask you a calculation now, and I want you to work out what the answer is to that. and just pay attention to roughly how long it takes you to work this out. So if I say to you, what is 6 times 6? Go. Okay. You should have the answer hopefully by now. Let me say it again. What is... Okay, so actually, have you got the answer now? Okay, I'm going to just wait a few more seconds. 6 times 6. Got it? Good. Okay, so you should have the answer right now. And just to be clear on that, the answer is 36. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to say to you again, what is 6 times 6? Go. Right. Okay, so you should have the answer straight away there, okay? So the first time you have to do a calculation, but the second time, you just recalled it. Okay, it just come back off recall now. The answer was there. If I say to you, 6 times 6, 36, right? 6 times 6, 36. Okay, so the more you do that, the more I ask you, the more easy it's going to come back. Okay, and the same applies to any skill. Okay, now obviously that was a very basic example there to illustrate the point really, but what you'll find is the more you do anything, the more you can do anything. Okay, and the more you can do any skill. So I really highly recommend to you guys that you first of all develop the patience and develop patience as part of the learning process, because we all learn in different ways. We all have different learning styles, if you like, and it's very important that we learn about what our own learning styles are. A good resource I recommend you check out is a book. Actually, I think it's like a report, but you can get the audiobook of this called Managing Yourself or Managing Oneself by Peter Drucker, and another one called Accelerated Learning Techniques by Brian Tracy, and they'll be able to give you a good understanding of the different learning styles, and it will also equip with lots of different learning tools to help you learn faster and more effectively. And one of the things I would always say when you're trying to learn anything is, first of all, get very clear on what it is you're trying to learn. Yeah. So for example, don't go picking up every single book there is on weight training, physiology, nutrition and everything else. If your goal is to say, learn how to lose belly fat, okay, then maybe pick up a book specifically tailored to how to, say you want a 6-pack, pick up a book on how to get a 6-pack, because there's going to be a lot of information you're going to have to take in if you buy loads of books on the topic, when ultimately you might only need 1 or 2 books initially to get a good understanding of what you need, and the rest of the books will just help complement that in time, but you don't need to overwhelm yourself with 50 books, reading them all, when you're better off maybe taking 1 book, reading it and actually applying that knowledge deeply, and keep trying that over and over until you've got it nailed, basically. So yeah, and also always make sure you know why you're learning something. So also make sure you always have a motivating reason why that you're learning something, because oftentimes the learning process can sometimes be a little bit monotonous, repetitive, and it can even get a little bit boring sometimes if you don't know why you're doing something. This is why kids switch off in school, because they're told what they need to learn and sometimes how to learn something, usually what they need to learn, and not really equipped how to learn it. But if you know why you need to learn something, first of all, that brings up the motivation to learn it in the first place, okay? And there's different learning styles, there's different learning types. There's something called the 4 learning styles, which was developed, I think, by a Harvard professor, where he talks about the why, the what, the how, and the what if learner. And the why learner has to know why they're learning something before they can even take it in, okay? So I kind of maybe dropped the ball on this a little bit myself, because as I'm teaching this, I really want you guys to understand why it's so important that you learn this. So if you're a why learner and you're listening right now, it's so important that you learn the skill of, learn skill development, and you focus on skill development, because this will help you reach your goals faster, and it will help you reach your goals easier. So hopefully I made my point there. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any comments and questions, please leave them below. Just leave them in the comment section. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel. And I will check in with you guys soon. I'm actually giving away at the moment a free training series as well. If you want to learn the mindset, all about the mindset really, to help you reach your goals of getting in shape, because ultimately, very often people blame the training programs, they blame the diet or the exercise programs or the books or whatever it might be for not reaching their goals. When ultimately the main thing that's going to hold us back in life is our own mindset. So this is why I purposely address the mindset, because I know, and I believe it to be true, to be the most important element of getting in shape. So, like I said, click the link below this video, go over to my website, get access to this training now. I've actually used this mindset myself recently to lose a ton of weight, and as you can see, I've still managed to keep the definition, keep the muscle there. So, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'll see you later. Take care.